Here's a tutorial on how to make and assemble the zipperfish pouch. First, iron out your fabric. It will be much easier to cut. This blue fabric will be my main fabric. This green fabric will serve as fabric 2 and as the inner lining. To add interfacing, I cut the rectangles included in the pattern first. Adding interfacing is optional. I only want certain panels to have interfacing, specifically panels 1, 2, and 6. After cutting my interfacing, I cut the same rectangles on the fabrics. Position your fabric accordingly before cutting. With this fabric, I wanted the stripes to be evenly spaced on the front and back of the fish. So you should have 2 rectangles of the same size for each panel that you want to interface. Now I cut the rest of the fabric. Note that panels 3, 4, and 7 require cutting 2 pieces mirrored from each other. Follow the instructions for your interfacing. I am using SF101, so I put the right sides down and iron over. Now cut the interfaced panels. I like to mark in the notches first and then cut. The notches will help when lining panels up for sewing. Once all the fabric panels are cut, it's time to sew. For the fish fin, I place tissue paper below my fabric because it's too thin to properly sew. Then I tear the paper off. This pattern was built with the 1/4 inch seam allowance. For all rounded panels, make small trims along the seam allowance so your piece can lay flat. Make a diagonal cut on the sharper corners. Flip your piece right side out. This can be done by hand or using any kind of turning tool. And here is the fin. Do the same for the tail, sew right sides together and trim the seam allowance. For the tail, make a cut in the center of the 2 points. Once you flip right side out, use an iron to press flat. Panel 8 is optional. The first way to assemble it is to fold the right sides together and sew down the edge. Flip right side out and put aside for later. Panel 8 is for sewing a hook tab if you wish to hang your fish. The second way to assemble panel 8 is shown here and is the same as panel 5. Place the pieces right side down and fold in half. Press with an iron. Fold again into the center and press down. For panel 5, fold in half and use a clip to hold in place. This will serve as the zipper tabs. To prepare your zipper, trim to the size stated in the pattern. I recommend a nylon zipper for this. Now insert both ends of the zipper into panel 5. Sew along the bottom edge of panels 5 and 8. Trim panel 5 down the middle and you now have the zipper tabs. To assemble the front of the fish, pin the fin onto the body right sides up. For the fish head, place right sides together and line up and pin along the edge. Ensure you are including the fish fin and use the notch as a guide for alignment. Sew along the edge. Press the seams open and the front of the fish is sewn. With your fish right side up, clip your zipper right side down, lining up the top edges. Leave 1/2 inch of space on the right side. Panel 7 has 2 mirrored parts. Grab the one that lines up right side down and place over the fish. Use the notches to line up your fabric and pin all 3 pieces together. Sew along the top edge, starting and ending at the ends of the zipper tabs. Use a zipper foot if your machine has one. Pause along the way when you get near the zipper slider and slide it up so it's out of the way and continue sewing. So far, half of the zipper is sewn. Now place the back of the fish right side up and your newly sewn piece right side down, ensuring the pieces line up. Temporarily clip it in place and place the remaining panel 7 fabric right side down and pin it all together. Sew along the top edge, starting and ending at the ends of the zipper tabs. Again, pause when getting near the zipper slider and move it up so it's out of the way. Use an iron to press your panels flat. Now top stitch near the edge of the zipper. I don't backstitch in the beginning as I will do this at the very end of the stitch. Pause and adjust the zipper slider as it gets near the needle. Once you have gone around the zipper, go over your starting point and backstitch. This is what the right side looks like, and this is the side with the lining. To place the eye, mark a point on the fish head. Cut about 20 inches of thread and insert both ends through a needle. Pinch the fabric and insert the needle and catch the loop. Position your button and insert your needle from the back through the fabric and into the bottom buttonhole. Then insert through the front of the top buttonhole through the fabric and repeat a few times. Pinch your fabric again, this time perpendicular to the 2 remaining buttonholes, and repeat the same process. Lastly, wrap the thread below the button and catch the loop to make a knot. Repeat a few times. Trim the excess thread, and now we put it all together. Fold panel 8 in half and pin onto the fish head turned inward. Position the tail onto the back turned inward. Line it up with the notches. I am adding a label onto mine. Before sewing, open your zipper because we will be using the opening to flip inside out. Place the right sides together and pin all around. Fold the zipper tabs so they point towards the lining. Do this for both sides. Mark an opening on the lining side. Do not sew over this gap. Sew the 3 segments shown here. When you get near the center, sew near but not onto the zipper tabs. Sew carefully when you get near the front and back of the fish, as this is where you have more layers of fabric and they can slide out of place. Make small trims along the rounded edges and trim off the protruding ends of the zipper tabs to reduce bulk. Flip it right side out through the zipper opening. Use a turning tool to poke out the edges. Now it's time to close the opening gap. This can be done with the machine or by hand. I will do it by hand to create an invisible stitch. Thread a needle and tie a knot at the end of the thread. Insert the needle from the inside out and sew parallel to the edge, alternating between each end of the opening. Loop the needle through a thread a couple of times to tighten a knot. Insert the needle into the middle of the seam and poke the needle out and trim the excess thread. press flat with an iron and it's fully assembled and complete. This was my first prototype as I was designing the pattern, and these are some of the others I have made since. Thanks for watching.